Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Atlanta's Up and Rising. I'm your host, I'm Demetrius Taylor, aka Big Meach from Dishing Tea with Big Meach, and you can join me at www.dishingtea.com for more information about me. However, it's not about me today. My guest today, honey, is going to let us have it for real as we get into what it is and what it means to be a diva, honey, that is of R&B, rock, and soul. I want you to welcome, and for your consideration, this is the one and only, this is Naomi Rose. Hello there, my darling.
Hello, Big Meach, how are you?
I am everything, and everything is me. See, I love when we have this, you know, the little banter before we start recording, because it gives me an opportunity to really bond with you. And we already have something in common. That's my mama, honey, Miss Patti LaBelle. Okay.
Yes.
And understanding that, you know, in talking about the whole R&B, rock and soul fusion and this whole movement, let's get into understanding Naomi and your perspective on it. So let's start there. What does that mean to you?
For me, it means normally a singer who comes from that gospel, that hard gospel apostolic singing background.
Oh, okay.
And when you start to fuse that into singing R&B songs and things of that nature, that's normally what you get.
Right.
So when I think about some of the greats that inspire me, like Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, that's the sound that they were bringing when they were, you know, premier divas at the beginning of their careers, and they still are to this day. But that's what influences me, and that's where I get my sound from.
All right, okay. So we got that earthy root, you know, into the church, into gospel, and understanding the spirit of the music. So let's talk about the spirit of the music. What is it that inspires your brand of music? What inspires you to give it your all? Where does that come from?
I think it actually comes from writing your own music, which I do, because lyrics are feelings. To me, they're feelings on paper.
Right, right.
So when you're pouring that energy into writing something, and then the listeners can relate to it, and they feel it, and they know that you are coming from somewhere inside of your soul to deliver that to them, then, you know, I think that that's the best feeling that you get. You know, that's what you get in return for what you give to them.
Oh, right. She said, now hold up now. She said, you got to live these words, honey. You got to live these words in order for the audience to get it. I live for that. Now, let's talk about that, because, see, the music today, the music today is transitioning. Let me be real diplomatic with that, because I don't want to step on folks' toes, because the music is young. Okay, a lot of it is, in my opinion, is angry. But right now, that's the voice of the youth today. So now, with you being in this particular business and coming in as a woman of sound and a woman with a voice, what is it that you bring to the business or to the music that will inspire others to at least hear something different, or to take a different path, or at least to catapult the music differently?
Well, I think that my sound is genuine. You know, I don't want to sound like anyone else, and I think that also I won't change my sound. I won't compromise what I know that I love to be music to me. And I think that that's very important when you're looking at influencing younger artists. And because I have a lot of people who, when they hear me actually sing, they're like, oh, you've got like a real voice. It's not, you know, altered too much by the studio or anything like that. Exactly, which is a lot of what you're finding in today's music. So I think that just staying true to yourself, you in turn let other people know that, hey, you know, there's still room for real music out here. Just continue to do it. If it's your passion, just pursue it with everything that you have, you know, and someone's going to hear you. Someone's going to love it. You may not be a megastar, but you'll be appreciated. And that's what's important. I
like that. You may not be a megastar, but you will be appreciated. Let's go right there. I like that. What is it about that whole megastar status that most people want to get to? But yet I see that you find comfort in, that's not necessarily my goal. What is that for you in understanding this business?
Well, I think because as an artist, I just love doing it. I genuinely love doing it. I sang before I spoke one word at 2 years old.
How about it?
So for me, it's a love for it. It's not, you know, I want to be known by everybody and in the limelight and having the cameras flash everywhere I go. It's never been that for me. And I think humility was something that was taught to me at a very young age, and I've always found that as a great foundation for what I do. And I just think that if people understood that, they'd understand that it's not all about the 5 minutes of fame. It's about longevity of your career, if it's something you love to do.
Longevity.
Yes.
Longevity. It's a wonderful word. What does that mean to you in this business?
It means being like Mama Patty.
Okay, the children try to work me. They're going to work me. Okay, and an understanding that, you know, it's about pacing as well.
Yes.
Pacing, because trust, for those who hit it real big and real fast, there's got to be somewhere where you have to prepare for the days where it's not moving, it's not whatever, it's not this. I always tell folks, look at it from this perspective. It's kind of like a microwave, okay? You know how we get that you can heat it up real quickly, but if it's too fast, the edges get burned and it's always cold in the middle. You know,
that's right. That's right.
Or it's not crispy because you can't reheat fried chicken.
Exactly.
It loses this crispiness. It get all soggy. Okay. So if we look at it from that particular perspective and understanding that longevity is just that sometimes we may not need the microwave. Honey, put that chicken in the oven. Okay. Now, you want to put it on 2 minutes here, you know it's going to take you about 10, 15 in the oven.
Exactly.
You know, because you want that flavor. Honey. You want the crispiness of that chicken.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I don't want it bland or soggy.
Exactly.
No.
You know, so that there is one of the lessons I think that I hear that you already have a wonderful grasp on. What are some of the other lessons? And I love asking this question of artists about the business of show, because we all get, you know, I want to sing, I want to this, I want to that, but nobody understands the business. So what are some of those important lessons that you've learned about the business of show?
One of the most important lessons I think that I've learned is to structure, negotiate, and manage your own contracts, starting out at least. If you're an independent artist, you need to be able to pull the reins in on all of that and handle everything from point A to point Z, because that way, not only are you protecting yourself, but you're also learning the business. No one can come along at that point and teach you something without you being able to say, well, actually, when I started, I was doing it this way, and this works better for me because I've been more productive doing it this way. You know, no one can pull a fast one on you. And I think that that's very important as an artist, unfortunately, because where music is today. So I would definitely say make sure you read everything, you have a grasp on everything, and you know what an agreement is, and that all parties involved have put something on paper. Put it on paper.
I got papers on you, honey. Okay. I love it. Okay. Now, let me stay right there for just a little minute, because a lot of us get confused with the legal terms and this, that, and the other. We get thrown off because everybody wants to have lawyers, and, you know, it becomes overwhelming and intimidating. What would you say to that young person or the independent artist? Because now the record companies are not record companies anymore. They're more so distributorships now, you know? So you're coming in as an entire package. Everything, you have done everything, pre-production, this, that, da-da-da-da-da-da, to where all the record companies want to do is just send it out and make money off of you, off of all of your work. So now, what do you tell the new baby, the independent artist, about educating themselves, you know, and understanding that language?
A lot of it you can find out, of course, on the lovely World Wide Web, and you can educate yourself.
Wait a minute, press pause. Because she just did that. Okay. On the World Wide Web. Okay. Play. Go ahead.
Or you can, you know, talk with an attorney beforehand, before you even get to the point where you're going out and performing, you know, before you're even going to go to one open mic or participate in some kind of contest, which is normally how a lot of independent artists get started now. I would recommend speaking to a lawyer first, because you normally can talk to someone without necessarily paying a fee or a retainer or something like that. They can advise you of also how to go about gaining more information, you know, and it's really basically, or talk to other people in the business. Find a mentor whom you can trust, that you've seen the quality that they put out with other artists or with production or whatever it is that they do, and talk with them before you start, because that way you're building that foundation already. So you know, okay, this is the entertainment side of it. I have that. I have whatever, you know, if I'm a singer or rapper, I have that. Now you're building the foundation for the business side. Once you combine the two, then you're going to make yourself an efficient and possibly powerhouse artist. You can manage your own business.
Manage your own business. I like that. I like that, because I think a lot of times most of us do not see ourselves as a business. We don't see ourselves as a product until it's time for the money. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm making this little coin on the gig, you know, it's cute.
Right.
But we got costuming, we got hair, we got makeup, we got band members we got to pay for, or if you're not doing the band, you got tracks you got to get, you know, you have to accommodations, travel, you got to eat, you know, personal care products, because you need your lotions and all that while you're on the road.
Yes.
All of those things, you know, we forget about. The small thing. The tax man.
Comment.
Okay.
First.
So, you know, all of those things that we forget about. So I like when you say manage your business. Educate yourselves to manage your own business. Manage your own business. Manage your own business. I'm saying it as a mantra because I'm talking to myself too. Okay. So now let's go here, because I love asking this of female artists, because you know, with the business being sex, drugs, rock and roll, okay, and then you are R&B, rock, and soul. What is that element for you? You know, with having to protect yourself, with having to still be a woman, you know, without being, you know, taken advantage of in this. What is that element for you in this business?
That element for me, first and foremost, is to take the creator with me everywhere I go. I stay prayed up, because it's not an easy business to be in, you know, and you want to be personable to people, but you also have to let people know, I'm here on business. This is not a game for me. This is my career. And so I just think that if you know, align yourself with God and you have a good foundation. I've been blessed with a family who supports me 100%. And, you know, I'm grateful for them, and friends who are awesome and help me out at every advantage they can. So, you know, those types of things, just building a team around yourself that's quality, is going to keep you stable, and it's going to keep you on the right track and know when to push away the nonsense and what direction to keep moving in. How
about that? Okay, now how about that? Now, here we go. Before we let you go, because Miss Rose honey, is going to bless us with it. You know I can't wait now. Okay, rock and R&B and soul, and we're finna go to get into this fusion real cutely. But before we do, I'm finna go to introduce you, and we finna go to have this grand old show. Okay? Who would be the people that's on this show with you that you have recorded with or would like to record with? It is Naomi Rose and
Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, and may I please go raise up Phyllis Hyman for this event.
Okay. Resurrection, we just touched and agreed on that one. Okay, now, before we let you go do your thing, tell everybody where they can find you on your Twitter, your Facebook, your Yahoo, your this, your that, your CD Babies, where they can find you and your music. Let the folks know.
I can be found on Facebook at The Naomi Rose, on SoundCloud, The Naomi Rose, and you can find me on Twitter at Nay Heartless, and also on Instagram at Nay Heartless, and YouTube at The Naomi Rose.
Alrighty then. Well, without any further ado, my darlings, I thank you. Let me just say thank you for coming on, because you're such a wonderful spirit. You're so bubbly and so, girl, yes, honey. Okay, I could sop you up with a little biscuit and some tea biscuits or something. I had to whip my coffee in there. But I just want to say thank you, honey. And you are one of Atlanta's up and rising children, honey. And she's also a graduate of Clark Atlanta. Okay. So with that, my darling, thank you for coming on by. We're going to let you go ahead on and do your thing. So without any further ado, this is the wonderful Miss Naomi Rose.
This is another Jake's production.
Controls your heart. Search for answers and words to say, but after you already slipped away, baby, what am I supposed to do? Walk away or work it out with you? Can you love me like I love you? Need me like I need you? Want me like I want you? Or am I just your fool? Can you love me like I love you? Your fool. Beautiful. That's what you used to say. I felt it every day. What happened to the future dreams we had? Crying tears so sad. Beautiful. That's what you used to say. I felt it every day. What happened to the future dreams we had? I'm crying tears so sad. Can you love me like I love you? Yeah. Just your fool. Can you love me like I love you? Need me like I need you? Or want me like I want you? Or am I just your fool? Yeah. Can you love me? Whoa. Call me. Call me the moment, the minute, the second, the hour that you get there.